All right. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to another adventure. uh, Again, welcome, friends, family, and frenemies. We are successfully out of our warp bubble, locked in our orbit around our nearest destination's planet, and ready to go. Our reactor is successfully locked in recharge mode. It's been a kind of a crazy day. I had my cat bugging me at the last couple seconds, so I didn't quite get started as quickly or as efficiently as I'd like to. But here we are. Welcome back, everyone. How's it going, Underworld? uh, and Renard, I saw you in chat just a second ago. So, yeah. Couple things going on. I just got one last thing to pull up. There we go. 1 by 3. Nice. Very nice. Let's see here. They didn't have many changes there. Okay. Monitors. Claim my rewards real quick. Thought I did this already. Okay. So, before we get started, kind of a bit of a slightly more serious topic. Misa had come to me saying the other day that that she's been seeing kind of an uptick in unfortunate losses of life due to suicide, and within the streamer communities that she follows. And I thought this would be a good time to touch on this, just at least very slightly. Eve is a big, broad place. We want to make sure that we have, that this is a safe place, safe space for everybody. And, it's, if you need help, you definitely want to try to get help. Don't be ashamed about it. Yes, mental health is extremely important. Depression, all of that kind of stuff needs to be taken seriously. As a result, I added a hot word or keyword, if you will, into Nightbot. If you need the Discord link for a well-known group within the EVE community called Broadcast for Reps, it is there. Just exclamation point B4R. B4R. Just like that. And it'll give you their Discord link. So don't be afraid to use it. Don't be afraid to reach out. They're just one source of many. They also link you to professional help sources as well. And, honestly, just like them, my chat, my channel is also considered a safe space. I follow Brave's guidelines as far as keeping it classy. If you do have any kinds of issues, feel free to, yeah, Veterans Eve chat. I didn't know there was a Veterans Eve chat. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that one. But yeah, definitely, don't be afraid to be in here and lurk. If you just want to stay silent, or if you feel the need to speak up, no one's going to shove you away. No one's going to push you away. Consider this safe space as well. While I can't really offer a lot of advice or guidance. If you need to say anything, go ahead and say it. No one's going to be upset about that. Because we want everybody to not just survive, but we want everybody to thrive. And given the current state of things, and in all honesty, the world's not getting any easier. So we need as many safe spaces as we can find and get a hold of. And it's just one more of them. So there you go. aside from that, and of course I'll probably say something more in depth during Bellicose Day for Brave, because Brave has a Bellicose Day, which is like a big support for mental health awareness and things like that, and to celebrate someone that had also passed in a similar fashion. Aside from that, another new update, not quite as serious, a little bit more fun related. I'm adjusting channel points, the just kind of the back end system. We now call them tachyonic particles. So yeah, tachyonic particle. There will be an icon later. I'm working on an icon. And finally, what did we do yesterday? Well, we got another ship blown up. Successfully determined that the Greastas event cannot, at the very least, easily be done with a okay. All right. I will look into that. Let's see here. Did you send that on Twitch, Underworld? Yeah. Oh, I lost my ship. So, yeah. The Punisher that I'd built got through all the waves, including that special ship at the end at the last wave. I was able to take it out. Okay. Whisper to Twitch. I wonder... I won't see that on my OBS. I'll probably see that in Twitch. Okay. Yeah, I see it now. All right. I will look at it here later on. So, gotcha. So that Punisher that I built, I took it through the gate and it just got completely smashed. So we're back at square one. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, that means that I lost that that mod you gave me, Underworld, so I apologize about that. Yeah, I need to work on a Dragoon, but I think we're actually about at the end. I think it was set to end today, wasn't it? Or... oh, okay. Well, I might try again on Monday. Right now, I actually need to work on the ISK reserves, and that's probably what we'll be doing today. Just, okay, 2 days left. We'll work on the ISK reserves, and we'll just kind of prepare for the next big thing, or the next thing going on. Is it day 9 tomorrow? Algos? I think I saw some people using the Algos. Oh, I didn't have the skills for the Algos at the time. That was the issue. So I need to stick with Amar. Better than Dragoon. Yeah. I mean, Algos actually, I don't think it's a drum boat. But that's all right. We'll get it all worked out. Also, welcome, Yalga. I know I didn't say that earlier. But so yeah, we'll look over that. I actually have to double check my skills too, because I had like a couple of skills that popped. And aside from all of that, the only other thing is just to get into the news. We got a few minor patch notes. CCP launched, dropped us an article about Siege Green. That'll be fun to kind of get into and digest a little bit. We got the monthly economic report. Yeah. And the daily solve map. So I'll probably save the Myrrh for the very end, because that's going to be a lengthy one. But I do want to go over the solve map a little bit for those of you that don't know anything about that stuff, because that's actually super interesting. And it can, I mean, EVE is a very political game in a lot of respects, and this is a great way to kind of see how all of that reflects and culminates in different ways, or what have you. So let's go ahead and switch over. We'll get started looking over all this stuff. All right. Politics are thankfully I won't be talking too much in the way of Eve politics, because there isn't really a whole lot to really share. There we go. All right. Let me move this over, shorten it a little bit, so that way my big head's not in the way of everyone's ability to read. There we go. Okay, so pretty much the only thing as far as patch notes go, they did some improvements here and there. The Photon UI got some improvements, which I believe was their experimental UI, so great. I'm glad they're iterating on it some more. I mean, that was pretty much it. I thought there was a bit more, but that's really all they got to. So we're gonna get to the meaty article, the good one. Siege Green. Capital Capsuleers, specifically for those of you that fly caps. A new update is now available to test on the Singularity Test server, bringing sweeping changes that are sure to shake up the landscape of capital combat and structured defense. For starters, the blueprints of industry components used to manufacture battleships, capitals, and supercapitals will be adjusted to lower manufacturing times and costs. Dreadnoughts in particular will see their costs become significantly cheaper, giving you more chances to use them in space without as much impact on your wallet. The new UI is taking... Yeah, it is taking a lot of space. You're right about that. Hopefully they adjust the padding accordingly, because it's pretty bad. You can find all the juicy details on the Eve forum, so head over and check them out. Provide your feedback and join the conversation. After you've built your brand new ship, you're going to want a skin for it. New Eden Store. Okay. So, New Eden Store. There you go. I'm not going to get into that one. Further updates to structures. In addition to blueprint tweaks, Upwell structures will be receiving significant changes to reinforcement mechanics and timers as follows. All Upwell structures will have their shield damage cap removed. This is awesome. Armor and hull damage caps remain in place. Medium structures will have their hull reinforcement timers removed. 100% to medium structure shield hit points, plus 25% to large and extra large structure shield hit points. Negative 75% hull hit points for medium structures. These changes are aimed at creating more interesting gameplay around attacking and defending medium structures, such as an Athenor or Astra House. Groups making use of Upwell structures will need to be more strategic in their placement and will be under more pressure to valiantly defend against attackers. Removing the shield damage cap from all Upwell structures will help quicken the pace towards more meaningful content rather than an uneventful shield bash. Additionally, following on from recent updates to structures, this will help return the role of structure bashing to dreads without locking them in for 6 siege cycles. By removing the medium structure hull reinforcement timer, armor reinforcement becomes the only timer. Accordingly, medium armor timers will now obey the following schedule. So. Ooh, really? Solo in 1 siege cycle. Nice. I'll get to my thoughts on all this here in a second. Let me finish getting through it. So the schedule changes. High sec is 4.5 days plus or minus 3 hours. Low sec and null sec is 2.5 days plus or minus 3. Wormholes and Pochvin 1.5 days plus or minus 3 hours. And War HQ is 24 hours. After this, you will be able to bash both armor and hull in succession. This means that if you want to defend your medium structure, you must do so on the armor timer, as there will not be a second chance. Low power structures will still retain their single armor timer, similar to the full power or 2 full power structures. Remember, though, that if left low power for a week, then it will enter an abandoned state. With the structure updates now available to test and more still to come, this is the perfect time to begin scheming and planning your carnage. And with the capital blueprint changes, Dreadnought pilots can siege green while being safe in the knowledge that the wheels of industry have their back. So get out there and bring on the wrecking machine. 5,000 DPS ramped, so 200 seconds. Gosh. So I've heard in the wormhole talkings that this is pretty big. For those of you that have ever actually been in wormholes or have day tripped through wormholes, you'll notice there's usually a lot of Astra houses. Excuse me, especially those low class high sec holes. The ones leading to high sec, you see a lot of Astra houses because they're just easier to drop. You don't see a lot of Fortizars. You see some Ritarus, some Athenors, things like that. Excuse me. Allergies are really bad up here in space. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of that shakes out when this finally drops. Hopefully, that means more content for wormholers. Hopefully, that means clearing out more AFK corpse and structures. Hopefully, honestly, it means more good fights. Because that's, honestly, as far as wormholers go, that's what we want. We just want good fights. We don't... Yeah. Well, okay, so... It's my... it's the rebreather module on the ship. It's... I don't know. I think when I ran into the... I went atmospheric in Tartarus 5, and I think it picked up some pollen or something. I don't know, you know? It's one of those things. I'm gonna have to get the climate control system looked at. I mean... Fedo hair. Yeah, Fedo hair. I haven't quite found a Fedo yet, but my space cats are telling me that there's something on the ship, and they've been hunting something for the past like week or so, I think. We'll find out what it is. Maybe they'll catch it, bring it to me. Who knows, right? But yeah, so this is going to be really interesting to see what it turns out to. Landslide nightclub. Yeah. Yeah, I do need to stay away. I mean, let's be fair. Who doesn't like a nightclub every once in a while? You know? I mean, I do some part-time gray market space jobs, so, you know, every once in a while you run into a thing or two, right? It's just par for the course. So from here, yeah, I think that the structures are going to work out pretty well. I think things are going to, as far as just how things go, these are at least somewhat positive changes. It does allow the Astra House, especially, to maintain its beachhead position without being just totally obtrusive as a structure, getting the same mechanics and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much, like, I'm looking forward to seeing how this shakes out, and I'm curious what's going to happen as far as the engineering complex, like the Reitaru, Athenor, you know, and those types of structures. I want to see if they're going to get just the same kind of timer adjustments and things like that. So, but we'll have to see. I'm interested to see what else they're going to do. So with that done, I'm going to move on to the Sov map. For those of you that haven't seen this, this is sov.space. And this in particular is, this gets updated, as it says, daily. You got a few different maps that get updated. You got the Alliance Influence map, the Coalition Influence map, and then you get the Factional Warfare Influence map, and then you get Serenity's map as well. Serenity's map doesn't matter as much to us, to those of us that are on Tranquility. So, you know, take that for what you will. The other three, however, are of great interest. One thing to note, Coalition Influence map. That's not specifically in the game. Coalitions are not. Coalitions are designed out of game. So you have alliances like Pandemic Horde, Pandemic Legion, I believe are a part of it. Test Alliance, please ignore, you know, Goon Sword. Yeah, politics. You know, it gets political from there. Like, so a famous one is Fraternity, Horde, and right now Test or Tappy, however you want to call them. And we'll show you here. This shows. I can't really zoom this in without zooming it too far in. That kind of sucks. So like right here, this area is all it's considered PAM-FAM, which is Pandemic Horde and Family. So these people have essentially formed a group of alliances, and that's what makes up a coalition. And this is an out-of-game type of agreement. So, I think theirs is neutral states. Are you talking about We Form Blob? Or are you talking about like somebody else? If you're looking for Blob, they're a little bit different. Use Control Scroll. Okay. I didn't even know that was a thing. Thank you. That helps out a whole lot. There we go. So, yeah. I mean, PanFam affiliates. Oh. You know, this kind of gives you an idea, and it also gives you an idea of the space they control. As I had said previously, you have two things that control a planet, or a system, rather, a star system. You've got the TCU, the Territory Control Unit, and the iHub, the Industrial Hub. TCU, yeah, TCU and iHub. And the TCU specifically is what kind of fits all of that, if you will. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah, it makes it rough. Yeah, I mean, they made it rough. I remember you saying that you had issues with the time zone, Renard. So hopefully you found somewhere better. Like I said, there's always Brave. So, but at any rate, you've got other things too. Like here's Wrecking Crew down here. Here's Fire. You know, these are all coalitions that have groups of alliances that have band together and decided. Here's Imperium, which consists of Goon Swarm and what's another one? What's another famous one? You know, so like Goon Swarm and Friends. And this just shows essentially what they control as far as the coalition side is concerned. You can drill this down even more to show this side. Like up here, we know that on the previous Sov map it said Winter Coalition because Fraternity was a big part of Winter Co is a part of, I guess, at the time. Here you can see the Alliance Pandemic Horde controls this. You've got Test Alliance, Northern Coalition, Solar, Slice. It's just easier to say Slice. And so, yeah, I mean, these guys right here would form up essentially PanFam. Down here, Legion of Exdeath is this area right here. There's Razor. These are all groups. These are all alliances. And as I said, the alliance is the one that controls. They actually control the Sov. And therefore, that's where they're at. Here's where We Form Blob is at. We Form Volta's here. They have some space right there. If you kind of zoom in more, you can see specifically what systems. Here's Scum Lords, Banderlogs, Shadow. Where in the world are we? That's strange. I wonder why it doesn't show. Because here's Banderlogs right up here. Oh, there we are. Okay. Apparently I'm blind. There's Brave Collective right there. So these are all kind of some good setups. Volta member killed me on the second day. Yeah, Volta gets life as a nullseeker, I guess. And here you go. Here's the initiative, which is a major part of Goon Swarm, along with Goon Swarm Federation. So, and here's Siberian squads as well, Dracaris. It just kind of goes up and down from there. And as you can see, there's you've got some major alliances right here, which these guys are in a coalition together. You got Horde, Fraternity, Winter Co. All of them kind of have a bit more of a ceasefire. And then you got these groups right here, which are all independent little groups. Along with this. And then Blob, who owns quite a big part of the map, which I'm surprised about. Zoom size. Oh, okay. Thank you for pointing that out. I'll go ahead and just reset. Oh, wow, look at that. There we go. That's a little better. This was another important thing, too. You can see Sov loss and Sov gain in the upper part of the map. And that's just recent changes, so. Oh, yeah. So Blob is a PvP corp. I mean, to be fair, I think most of the alliances are PvP alliances, so. Look at this map. Are Brave Banderlogs the only alliances to hold significant space? That's a good question. Because, yeah, there's Brave, there's Banderlogs. Does Volta belong to a coalition? Or an old blob? Or are they a part of Fraternity? Or We Form Blob? Because I'm not actually sure. You got Shadow Ultimatum here, too. They might be another one, too, to look into. As far as the Sov map is concerned for the coalition, they consider this all neutral states. still consider us legacy. Boo. So yeah. Winterco renters. If we look at the influence map here, that would be these guys. Volta is considered a member of hostile states. That's Wrecking Crew. Huh. So yeah. They're separate. Yeah. Freemen of the North, I'm pretty sure Freemen of the North, Scumlords right here, I think that they were their own thing as well. They might have used to have been something else, and they've just turned into that. So yeah, unless there's any kind of serious, that's not it. There we go. Coalition influence. Yeah, unless there's any kind of serious influence that I'm not worried about between like Freemen, hostile states, and neutral states, and Winterco, it very well could be. Frosty. Check out strictly sovereignty. Oh, okay. Bravehearts. Nice. Okay. Might take a look into that then. So yeah, that's the basics. I'd like to go ahead and cover this probably once a week just to see how things have changed. See if we notice any differences. Because honestly, this kind of stuff can be interesting, especially like down here in this lower part where there's all these different alliances. While they're considered a part of neutral states as well, they're not a part of major blocks, as you can see in the coalition influence map. So it might actually be interesting to see how that landscape just shakes out over time. And then for those of you that are interested in factional warfare, this can also get kind of interesting. Right here, we got the Kaldari state got most of their control of these areas here, with the Galente Federation taking a few systems up here. Galente is firmly holding their borders up into the Black Rise region, and Minmatar is holding most areas, with Amar holding very little. So check out that channel to see what happened over the last week in report. That's true. Okay. Frosty's OP. Yeah, Mars. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it looks like they're a YouTube creative talent. Okay. I'm gonna hide that for now. Otherwise it's just gonna play videos on us. So yeah, Wednesdays I can try to look into that, or Thursday mornings or something. That's actually a really good idea. Thank you. Because I did, doing the factional warfare stuff is actually something I did consider doing on the channel here, maybe like once a week. So, okay, okay. Well, I'll give him a shot. See what happens. Here's a good report right here. You know, Minmatar's just started occupying a whole bunch of stuff recently. And given the fact I don't know hardly anything, all right. Given the fact that I don't know hardly anything about factional warfare, I'm gonna need to do a little bit of research before I try to get into that at all. But needless to say, if you're interested, there's the factional warfare map and how it currently shakes out. So let's go ahead and switch from here into the monthly economic report. This one's for March, so they're a little bit, I mean, they're always a little bit behind, but big things to look at. Let's see here. Got key economic figures, total destroyed value by region. This can show you where big fights have taken place. Asteroid ores or volume by region. This is a big one. Actually, let me go. Let me open that new tab. There's ore mined over time. Gas volume. Do that one. Gas mined over time. And ice. Total mining value. Moon ore volume as well. See how that shakes out. NPC bounties by region. Trade balance. Velocity of ISK is looking very sad. Lots of people hoarding ISK and not having trust on the economic state of it. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of things going on too that don't really look too promising. So here we go. ISK sinks and faucets. Service fees. Money supply. So this was actually, we'll go ahead and, well, and there's velocity of ISK, like you were saying, Yelga. Economic indices. I think that's about it. Production versus destruction was probably about the only other one. So we'll just kind of burn through all of these real quick. Got the asteroid ore volume. Almost a bill. Like, it still shows. And it still doesn't look good from a miner's perspective. Almost 3.5 billion cubic meters mined with almost a full billion lost. So if we tally that up, let's just round these up. That's 4.5 billion total, and a whole billion is just shaved off. Like, and that's due to that waste mechanic that they added. And that's in Sing Liaison, of course, so take that for what you will. You can kind of see that right here in Lone Trek. Most of asteroid mining is going on in Empire. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true, too. I think, Tier Cores or Derelict, Verge Vendor, Genesis, Veil of the Silent, Citadel, Delve. Delve is the only other one that I'm seeing that has anything really sizable or volume-wise. So everything else is yeah. Well, I mean, what are they doing? So it almost looks like nullsecers aren't really playing as much as they used to. Welcome back, Underworld. Like I said, I'd still be interested to see if this negative value, the waste value, is on top of everything mined, or if it's like, or if I have to subtract that from the total amount to know what was actually mined. So, but even still, it's like nobody's going to mine in nullsec if they know they're just losing That's really funny. The impasse is all the way at the very back. I used to live in impasse. That's so bad. Waste value is separate. Okay, so basically, if we round this up to 3.5 billion and we round this down to -1, then we can say 4.5 billion total in this case was extracted, if you will, and 1 whole billion essentially was just not able to be used because they just tossed it away. If I'm understanding that metric correctly. And I mean, that's at least been my understanding of it this whole time, so. But yeah, aside from Delve, what's the next one? Veil of the Silent? Ethereum Reach, I think. Ethereum and Kavala, so those two are actually pretty close, and that's Horde territory, so. Alright, let's go to gas. Gas is looking... Gas meets on par with the BP scandal. There's a BP scandal? Oh! Okay. I got you. This is an out of game. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. This is interesting because it's talking about volume of MP3 and gas. So, again, Veiled Silent, 15 million cubic meters, 5 million lost. I thought gas didn't have residue. Did I misread that? Because I thought gas, the only thing that gas had was a lossy compression when they were compressed. I didn't think that they actually had a residue factor. Or did they implement that? Huh. No, I mean, they must have, so. This is strange. Curse has very little residue as opposed to how much they've actually mined. These residue numbers are kind of all over the place, so. Gas doesn't have waste. Yeah, that's what I thought. Extraction to production. Balance pass. Specialized holds. Crystals. But gas doesn't use crystals. Doubling resource quantities. Reduced PI materials. Compression 4. Mining waste. Or ice. There's doubles. Extraction is doubled. Mining waste probability. Mining waste multiplier. I mean, they talk about compression. Gas is 90% efficient. Yeah, it's got it. I think you're right. It's got to be from decompression. All right. Well, and that's possible. They may be taking it to station directly. So perhaps the people in Veil of the Silent haven't quite figured out how to essentially keep their holds from losing, because that's quite a bit, honestly. And these numbers really are all over the place, so it would make a little bit more sense if they were just not compressing in some of these areas as opposed to compressing more in others. And of course, this doesn't include wormhole space, so we don't know how much everybody's losing in wormhole space. Ice is a little bit more consistent to some degree, and actually this does kind of show, because we know ice doesn't have the residue, if I remember correctly. But you can tell that since there is compression for ice, it follows the same track as the gas. So yeah, I would say that's probably about true. The Forge still has some of the greatest places. Forge and Metropolis. It does not. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, the Forge and Metropolis have just about the same in how much is mined. So yeah, that loss right there, those have all got to be compression. So I think you're right. I think gas is the same way. Delve again. Right there at the tippy top. Almost. Every shore domain load Trecador. Solitude. Malpus. Yep. Aquarius. Okay. A lot of those are about the same. Molten Heath. Okay. So we're running into pretty consistent figures, honestly, as compared to how it was last time. Moon ore volume delve is definitely at the top, with a sizable amount not being wasted. Now, I believe moon ore does have residue, so that's kind of interesting to note. Because I think it was the moon ore and the asteroid ore, those both definitely had residue. So these numbers are kind of all over the place, though. Domain, fountain, Innsmother. So Innsmother is actually pretty high. All things considered. That's interesting. And Isk sinks and faucets. Commodities. Oops. Bounty prizes. Corporate reward payout for Sancha and Triglavian incursions. Kind of gives you an idea of like where people are playing their game, right? So in this case, we got the market, bounty prizes, ESS main bank, 9.7 trillion. If I'm reading that right. Auto payment. Okay. That's the auto payment. It's not even ESS robbing. Unless that's put all together. Transaction tax, broker's fee, blueprint, skill, manufacturing, reactions. Yeah, it's not ESS. I don't think they don't have a separate place for ESS robbing, so. Okay. Well. And here's the money supply. Character, corporation, and total. So they're saying that corporations don't really have nearly as much as the individual characters. Somewhat surprising to me. I would have thought that a corporation would have had more. More pilots doing combat sites. Yeah. And I can see that being true. And that's, I mean, there's only so much you can do with that. So, like, if they do what they're supposed to be doing soon, which is releasing those patches that are going to allow alliances to have better control over their sov and determine what they want to do. Once they get those things in place, that should ease up a little bit, I would think, because then alliances can pick and choose what they want their individual sov systems to do, which is going to either be really good or really bad, depending on how it's implemented. But I know that was something that they were working on. We haven't heard anything about it, though, so not for a while. Still. And then money velocity, trade value, available ISK. Okay, so they're showing right here that ISK isn't trading hands as frequently in the past few months. There was actually a serious dip in July. And then it rose right back up between July and September. I wonder if that's in correlation to some big patch drops. Did they pull off Rorquals? Yeah, okay. Yeah, depending upon, I mean, it depends on how the alliances implement it too, because there's a lot of changes at the alliance level, and that's really just kind of above the player's head, specifically like the average player head. So, because like they just want to log in and play their game, there's not as much concerning that. That doesn't mean there isn't room for it for individual players, but this week the cardio. How's it going, Rose? So, cardiovascular system, huh? But yeah, so hopefully this stabilizes, because this back in 2018 it wasn't really that bad, and it didn't really start dipping until they actually hit 2018, when they started all of the scarcity and prosperity stuff, because I'm pretty sure that started back in 2018. That's when they really got going. Huh. Yelga's right. That is very disconcerting. So with any luck, they'll be able to turn that around. Unless that's exactly where they want that to be headed. I guess we'll find out. Produced versus destroyed. Production. Mining. Destruction. Okay, so mining is down, but production is still, I mean, technically production is down, but it's up in comparison a little bit to September and November. November it actually had a drop. But it's still not where it was right before 2020. Mining is still getting lower as they've made these changes. So, the exchange rate is dropping. You can see it being in line. The boxes not needing to trade. Yeah. Yeah, we have had quite a few drop-offs, and to be fair, real-life events are also drastically affecting this as well. Just in the last month, because I think like the thing with Ukraine and Russia has been going on for like 6 weeks now, and that's millions of people. I mean, who knows how many thousands of them were playing EVE Online before all that hit, right? So, yeah. It's like tens of millions of people, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, a lot of that could be from like the war going on and stuff like that. And of course, like I said, the other issues, inflation for United States, more people living paycheck to paycheck, they probably can't flex their accounts, so they can't play as much, or they're forced to mine in ventures. They're forced to produce with one account. They can only produce so much, you know, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of different reasons for that. That was extraction. So I guess that's, as far as things go here, that's basically the main thing. I've got this, which is the key economic figures. This was trade value. And that was the Kavala expands? Nope, that was the Forge. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Destruction, Faith of Bolus. Faith really had a lot of destruction. All things considered. Mining value and Delve was, of course, very high. With our next one being in Veil Silent, which we knew. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a lot of the same stuff we already knew from the individual charts. So with that, we'll just go ahead and switch over to the game. I think that about covers that part of it. Whoosh. I like that. All right. And that over there. All right. So I made it back to Samela. Go us. And I need to double check skills real quick before we go any further. Yeah, Underworld, like I said, I lost the ship. I lost it all in that in the dungeon. It was actually a good ship, all things considered. Things worked out really well. So I was pretty happy with it, really. I just couldn't tank that last room. I need to check. Sorry, Minmatar Destroyer. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. I don't know if I'll get it in time, because I'm on the other side now. And I need to think about isking up on this character. Let's see here. Kaldari, Minmatar Destroyer 4, Missile Bombardment 4. Me check. There it is. Skill set. Spaceship command. Destroyer's level 4. Okay. So any destroyer level 4 is fine. Alright, well, we've got a few days on that, so I will just leave that alone. He's at 8.4 million. It took a pow, yeah. Mace is right. It was a big kapow. It was an explosion. Oh. So we got a tormentor. I don't remember. What's the bounty prizes? Okay, so there wasn't anything on there. Check out the BSS Redux. Okay, this one's ready to go, so we'll use this. We'll just start doing some level 2s. So I'll go ahead and just head off a few of these. Blockade. Oh, good. Excuse me. Oh, gosh. That's not where I want to go. Stop. There we go. Now we're going to the right place. Why do I have a data analyzer on here again? It's been a hot minute since I've used this ship. Interstation. Yeah, that's true. Let me finish this up and I'll actually try that. Try the intrastation trading. Because this shouldn't take too long. The blockade is actually a pretty decent one. I should have been within range. It was not. Okay. Yes, I did get the app. So I did download it. Put it under hobby stuff. It was Eve market deals, right? I think that was it. Oh, I'm too far away for that one. What's some standard? There we go. That cuts him down a notch. I don't know. Oh, you know what? That is strange. Oh, it's because I'm cut off slightly. There we go. Is that better? I must have clicked it by accident. Yeah. Okay. So that's my fault. I didn't realize that I clicked it. And actually, on that note, I meant to move this down here. I don't know how to keep it permanently there, but really? Oh, yeah. Okay, so when I made a bunch of changes, I probably clicked it by accident. That's my fault. I didn't realize. I didn't. I mean, I didn't realize at the very least that I had. But I'll do that. Well, they're too far away. I did want to try to figure out where I could put... Within 38, okay. Come on. There we go. So yeah, I don't know where to make it... how to make it stay up there. That's the only bad thing about this. There's a really big boom, yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't actually have anything over here because I don't have the other things like transversal and all that. I still need to put them on there. Oh boy. Start targeting everything. Where can I... It helps if I'm moving. I don't need to conserve my velocity. Go. Uh-oh. I think that thing's gonna keep going off on me. Let's see, how do I set my... capacitor alert? Let's do it at 25%. There. quite what I wanted it to do. Okay. So there's nothing in that direction. Wow. It's really struggling to hit that thing. Yeah, it decided it didn't want to fight. It's like, nope, I'm done with that. Okay, well, there's a few down that way. Given enough time. Yeah, that's true. That's why we don't fire our bullets needlessly in space. We will hit something eventually, somewhere, at some point in time. Need to shut off my afterburner. This is not working. Oh, that's what it is. It's these guys. Still very, very far away, but yes, no time like. Yeah, it was kinetic. Like I said though, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the Gurisa stuff. Again tonight, so we'll have to see. And then after this, throughout the weekend, I'm going to be helping out Spoopy with their super secret Spoopy operation stuffs. Wow, these things are really firing on me. Oh, not again. Yeah, just hold off. 'Cause I'm gonna probably go for I'll do some intrastation trading after this, and then go from there and see if I can maybe go back into wormholes. Okay, will do. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, let's get out of here. If I didn't have so many of those on me, it actually wouldn't be that bad. Run! Let's see if I can find a station somewhere. Yeah, that was pretty close. It's alright, I'll go back now. And now that I've broken lock, I should be able to get that. I mean, technically this would be like ship number 3 if I lost it, because I lost my first Punisher to the Greasta site the first time I did it. And then that other one last night, or the Monday night. Well, Monday for me at least. Let's see if I can get this to this here quickly. It's really far away. I don't like how easy it is for them to just lock. Just do whatever they want. Okay, so that seems to be a little bit better. Wow. This is not working out for me. Ooh. So close. Oh, so close. That's not okay. I mean, I made it. I made it. Barely. Let's repair it. I don't think I've got thermodynamics on this character. Should be under... Yeah, I didn't have it. Because otherwise I could use that. Insure it. Nah, we'll be fine. It's alright. I need to be able to break the E-War, and then once I do that, I should be in a better state, so... Come on. There's that one. Should be close enough to hit him now. Here we go. My gosh. Okay, well, I took one of them out at least. That's good. I don't remember having this much trouble with the blockade, so it must be something with how I did the triggers. I think I did the triggers wrong. Left too many things on the table. I should be able to chew through it. Just gotta wait a half a tick. Because this ship was able to do level 2 missions in the past, so. It's doing damage. There we go. Okay. All right. Take it easy, Underworld. Have a good night. There we go. Got him. And once I take this guy out, I'll probably have to warp out one more time. All right, let's head out from here. Just so I have a chance to replenish my armor. Oh, yay. Yeah, they do. I really think I just messed up the triggers, and that's what's going on there. Now I can switch back to radio, and the ones that are somewhat closer, and there's even ones that are closer, so I'll switch to standard. That'll give me the ability to attack this one right away. And I might even be able to take him out pretty quick. And I can burn to the next one. Yep, there we go. And that'll help me just kind of beat down the DPS. Since they are frigates, they're a little bit easier to handle. And that one's a destroyer. Gosh. Come on, click. I clicked the button. So click the button. There we go. Just kind of save the one guy there for last. Drums. It's the drums of war. Okay. Rooting for you. Okay, that one's too far away. Let's go to radio. It's just that notification. Yep, now that I got the Arch Reaver just missing me constantly, I'm not taking nearly as much damage. Still taking it, but not nearly as much. And now we'll switch out to multi-frequency, and I'll just kind of eat them alive with lasers. Because lasers are cool. There we go. And another wave. I'll do that. That way I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, they're pretty far away, too. Pew, pew, pew. Where else are they? Oh, there they are. So it's just these two that are way off out of nowhere. That's so strange. I mean, I can't even shoot them for another 10 kilometers. There we go. And they're just so far away, too. That's what makes this even worse. Okay, let's start going in that direction. And that one's close. That one's going to be the next one. And now they're all just kind of close enough I can use the standard and really just start nailing it into them. Same thing as before. Go ahead and orbit the cruiser. This one's closer. Why is it so far away all of a sudden? I mean, I know what I'm going after, but it seems weird that it just got so far away. I'll just keep going after that one. Standard, because I really need to get rid of them. There we go. I should still, yeah, still be too far away to shoot him. I was pretty sure that was gonna take him out. Okay, I think this is the last wave. Don't quote me on that. Get some good shots in right here. Just because it looks so cool. Oh, okay. That wasn't the last wave. Kaboom! These all in the same spot? They are. Oh, good. For those of you who've never seen this before, by the way, I am using the tactical overlay, which gives me a general readout. The numbers 10, 20, 30, like you see here, that's 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers. The red dotted line is the edge of my ability to lock onto a target, with these little red icons right there with the yellow boxes around them, meaning that they've locked onto me, but they have not performed an aggressive action. They are now within my range. And if I mouse over my weapon, I can see where I can begin firing, both my fall off and my optimal. Fall off being the very edge ring, the optimal being the inner ring. And then when they hit there, I can just start firing and they take damage. Pretty simple. The ones that are just triangles, those are going to be frigates. The triangles with the line underneath are destroyers, and the ones that look more like a Monopoly house, those are actually cruisers in your overview. So these white lines, as you see right here, are just it's an X, Y, Z axis is kind of what it is, and it just kind of goes off of that. Okay, let's do that. So that way you're familiar with that, at least to some degree, and you're not questioning what's going on. Well, what's going on essentially is combat. I'm dying. Not really. I'm actually winning this fight. But the main thing behind it is that, you know, all the readouts and the special things and the little white dot right there is where they're at on my tactical overlay, on my X plane, if you will, you know, my flat plane. Whereas on the Y and the Z, they might be curved or they might be, you know, somewhere else. And this also helps me to see how close or far away are they. With the blue showing path for me and path for them. So just those kinds of things. Kapow, kapow. Kapow, kapow. And I'll do my best to kind of explain that stuff as I, you know, as I get a chance to. So. Oh, yay. Actually, I should probably... No, they didn't drop anything. Okay. The other ones did, but I'm not too concerned with it. All right, we will dock up and we'll see what we can find. And I just got a bounty payout, so that's cool. That's why I like doing the blockade. It's wave after wave after wave. You can usually get a couple mil in bounties. So let me clean up my notifications. And then we'll double check. Go in here. Mission complete. Okay. That gives us a nice little bit of ISK to play around with. Okay, so I downloaded it. Let's see what I need to do to set it up. Let's do max jumps of 10. Our accounting skill level isn't going to be too high. That's trade. Accounting skill level is at 0. Not trained. Broker relations skill is at 2. Market system security is high security. Okay. So I guess if I wanted to start, I do Jita, I guess. Always something going on in Jita. So I guess here's some catalysts. Best sell prices in Oipio. And it's 85,000. It's going to be a little high. About livestock. Okay, this one's not too bad. 1306 cubic meters. Jumps 9. Okay, so I sort of see how this is going down. These data cores, I'm not sure how that's a awesome price, but I don't know. What if I want to do some Mela? See if that matters. No? How about Wrens? I'll admit, I just don't really know how to deal with that. I mean, here's condensed scordite here, but it's from Wrens to Aldrott. There's a lot. Huh. I think my issue is that I just don't have the understanding of exactly what is being looked for. I mean, I sort of get it, but it'd have to be in some of these places, and we're kind of in Samela, so we're out there. We're pretty far out, so. I will need to check and see how to see. Bulk items less than highest buyer. Just market data. Isn't a place to set up. Okay, so the market tab just does market. Mm-hmm. I mean, this could work. So that may not actually, and that's part of that is my own shortcoming. I need to do more research onto intra-market trading. Hmm. It was all the way back in 2012. Well, like I said, if it wasn't so far out, wouldn't be a huge deal. I was stationed a bit closer to some of these places, but like jumping isn't particularly something that works out for me. Not like that, at least. I mean, depending upon how you do it. I'm going to look more into that. I think for now, we have a magnate. Gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change its name. I'm gonna be really devious here. I wouldn't take it. That sucks. Oh well. All right, let's just do Podme. I was really hoping it would take that name. A free advertisement across my stuff. Right in EVE Online, that'd be great. But it's not long enough. Or rather, excuse me, what I wanted to do was too long, so. All right, let's go. Let's make a loop around there. That'll be fine. Let's see if we can find ourselves a wormhole. See what's kind of in the area tonight. Might help for us to know what the Eve Pulse is too. Got 17,000 accounts logged in. Oh, excuse me, that's pretty high today for a Thursday. Oh yeah, let me drop that. Oops. It didn't click for me. But it is close enough to the Celestial, I might be able to find it regardless. Or I might get some kind of a hit, excuse me. No? Wow. Okay. The whole thing just kind of didn't work out. Excuse me. There we go. That's because it was on the other side of the system. Okay. Well, that makes a little more sense. Wow. Oh, good. That was very nice to find right off the bat. By the way, let me know if you guys want to see some, you know, in the future, if you guys want to see more things that can be done inside of a wormhole, you know, just let me know. Let me know what you think about that. I know one person at least wants to see something. You know, wants to see more than just exploration content. And it's worthwhile to check out the ratting and the gas huffing. As oh, I closed that. Let me see. There we go. Would it be under production? No. Yeah, I can do gas cloud harvesting to 2. I just have to buy the skill book. And that would be something worth it. And of course, mining can go to 4. Mining upgrades can go to 4 on this character. So these are all things that can be looked at, looked into, checked out. And in fact, I'm already at mining at 3. Let's get that one to 4. We can get mining upgrades. Since we can get that to 4, let's start doing that. Because in all honesty, as far as things go, that's actually a pretty good thing to get passive. on. Okay, so our current system here. Unknown parts, beginning to decay. Let's hop in. See what we can find. This one in particular, of course, this particular magnate has both scanners, so if we find data or a relic, we can go to both. Doesn't matter. And this is, of course, just to get us a little bit of ISK, you know. More disruption battery right there. Okay. Well, okay. So this doesn't exactly mean that this is a used hole. There is, however, a bump pause. Okay. Danger. All right. Let's see what we got here for the probe scanner. Do home. And then we'll do what we have been doing. Oh, wow. Okay, so this station's actually pretty far out there. 2 of them. And they're with Outback Crab House. All right. I'm going to head out. We'll just find another one. I don't trust it. I should probably also pull up Pathfinder. Okay. No results. Okay. I wonder if I should just try to make my way into low sec. Go from there. Closest one would be Rebelier. Try to break through. Parts. What a name for a system. Parts. There's one signature there. This one. Okay. Let's go to Oletia. Old Man Star. I could do that. I think I'd be shooting myself in the foot if I did that, though. Going hard. I know that if I went this way, if I could break through, maybe they're not. Oops. Well, that went all the way around. So did that. There we go. That actually might be a good idea. I'll just do that. See where we can get. As long as it's quiet, I should be able to hop in, check it out, hop back out, that kind of thing. Kind of embarrassed. I can't believe I didn't realize that it wasn't showing everything, because on my end, I actually thought it was fine. I had no clue I was extended out farther than my canvas resolution. That's horrible. I'm sorry, guys. I am glad that I was able to fix it, though, so. An easy fix, too. Okay. And now from here, there's quite a few little spots here, so let's go ahead and set up a safe. We will drop ourselves not exactly where I wanted it to go, but that should work just fine. now we'll go ahead and give it a little scanny scan. Maybe. Where did they? Oh, they're way out there. That's why. Should drop it right there. That should. Well, okay. It's lower than the plane that I thought it was gonna be. Oh, wow. Somebody didn't take long to try to scan me down. Clearly, yeah, Tengu. Okay. Peace, dude. Okay, we'll just try again. Got 2 signatures here. Let's go to spot right there. Got 3. Capsules all over the place. Alright. There we go. Oh, there's 2 right here. Well, I'll just go ahead and try to scan these down since they're so close together. Okay, got a wormhole. Try to get them all scanned down before I go any further. Oh, good. That's 2 connections. There's 2 of 3, and they're both wormholes. That's good. This one seems to be a lot harder to grab. But that gets it closer to that, so that's good. Which means I should be able to get a good hit on it this time around. No, that did not work. Why is that? Is it a gas site? That's a data site. It is really giving us trouble, though. Which is kind of surprising. Oh. Aegis Capital Ship Security Facility. Okay. Is that one of those? No. Let's see here. It was recently added. 4th quadrant, New Dawn, Age of Prosperity. Looks like wormhole space beacon. It's a celestial beacon. Hasn't been warped to yet, so it's not here. There are sentries. Okay, you don't need to do combat. You can just do it in a covert ops. Great. Security vault. And doesn't really tell me what we can find in it. Awesome. Okay, let's check out the bottom wormhole. Let's see what we can see. If I had to guess, I think this is a C2. Let's hop in. Lots of capsules. That's cool. Our sensor overlay is promising. Warp scrambling beacon. Bunch of places. I'm not seeing any yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. Okay, let's save. Just save it as home. And let's go here. Drop here. Nope, can't do that. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and set up our safe. Right there's good. It's a nice long scan, you know, jump too. By the way, I wouldn't worry too much about these beacons. You look at the all, you can see that there's a control tower, but because we're not picking up any kind of like a force field in the overview, we're generally gonna be okay. So we should be just fine. This is actually a C3 connection, black hole, as we can tell right here. It's got a low sec static. Drop probes. So we actually found ourselves a pretty decent system right here. Just simply for the sheer fact that it's a C3 with a single static. So that means that we'll likely find, and I didn't check offhand to see what kind of wormhole it was that we jumped through or jumped from. But we'll likely find out that, you know, since we've already jumped from a low sec, this very well could be the low sec static. We could always check that real quick, but I'm going to go ahead and just assume that might have actually been it. Let's go over here and actually just scan around here. This is a very nice grouping. Go ahead and hit the scan. Let's see if any of them pop. Okay, so we got a few. We got a data site as well, which was a lot closer of a hit. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. That'll give us one to do. Like I said, data sites don't offer a whole lot of ISK, but any little bit's going to be better than nothing. In this case, I'll ignore the line. Just go to 2. How fast is that? Wow, 5,000 meters a second. Another data site. Let's see if this is one we can do. It's a hunt data relay. Okay. Well, let's do ourselves a favor then. Let's get this thing scanned down. Oh, I don't have any way to... Actually, yes, I do. I've got hobgoblins. Got that mysterious capsule that's in the area. Let's see if we can go find it, shall we? Let's see what we can do. And while we're doing that, we will keep scanning. Let's turn this on. Bingo. I bet it's right there. Yes, there's a wormhole nearby there. Yeah, I know. I'm doing like a lot of things all at once right now. So that was not there. Let's see if I can just feather it. Right here. Let's try that. Meanwhile, there's the capsule. Well, they don't do a good job of taking it out, do they? I mean, they do, but they take a lot more time than I would like them to. There we go. And then loot. Drag these guys back. All right. Now we should reset these just to make sure. The wormhole got scanned down. So our next step's going to be to drop this. And since we're in the middle of scanning, it's not going to be a good idea for us to stop scanning. So let's go to the data relay site while we are scanning, and let's see if we can kind of multitask a little bit here. In the long run, if you learn how to multitask while you're scanning, it's actually not only going to save you a little bit of time, sometimes you can scare off other explorers that maybe don't want to interact with you, especially if you have something like sisters, right? Something like that. But also to a point, the more active you are, the faster you get things done, the less time you're on grid, on field, the more of a chance you have of actually surviving through these kinds of these kinds of things. So in this case, we're actually in a closed encounter, so even if they combat scan us down, they have to go through the acceleration gate to get to us. So we're actually relatively safe here. We could, without too much worry, just go ahead and kind of stick around in here while we do our scanning. I still like to try to make it a habit to not stay on grid any longer than I absolutely have to. I bet you that's gonna be... Yep, bingo. Okay, Overseer's effects on that one. And that one's actually a relic site, assuming we can actually do said relic site. Because it may be a site we cannot actually complete. We will find out. I like this one. This one really kind of set itself up pretty nice, didn't it? Well. That's not good. Hmm. 2, 1. Gosh. I can't seem to find its, Yeah, if I had to guess, I probably... Oh, good. Okay. Got ligature integrated analyzer blueprint. That's very useful if you can manufacture that. Doesn't really do us a whole lot of good per se, but... So this is a ruined... Ooh, that's a crystal quarry. Okay, so we will be doing that post-haste, ergo next. Mining upgrades is done. That's cool. So probably want to hit our directional scanner and make sure that we're not necessarily being followed. Oh, wow. Probably my best bet. Hmm. Nice. Very nice. We may be leaving fairly quick. Go ahead and kick that real quick. All right. Okay, there's that. Still didn't do enough to get around it. Yeah, that failed pretty miserably. We've got a couple of different wormholes in here. We've actually got 3 now so far. I did that wrong. Okay, well, pretty full now. Good. Okay. Again, not a whole lot. We did manage to rustle us up about 12 mil. So not too much, but it definitely puts us back up where we need to be at if we can get home with it and get it sold. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be right around here, based on how that's doing. All right, let's get this last one done. I was actually really surprised. I figured that was going to be one. Hmm. 555. Okay, well, I clearly failed this one. Hmm. There it is. All right, we got it. Not a whole lot of ISK in that. Okay, so this is a data site. And the other one is a gas site. Sparking transmitter. Okay, so yet another site that we can do. So in this case, let's go ahead and head over to the relic site. And now that we've scanned out on everything but the gas site, because we don't need the gas site, we'll just start hitting everything else. We'll hit the crystal quarry first. Make sure we've got ourselves in a good situation. In this case, being in a black hole means it's... Wow, I really went far with that one. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Go there. Let's orbit. And we'll use the proper analyzer and try to hack as best we can. There's speed. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. And that. Very nice. That was an excellent find right there. We most definitely are stuck. Probably end up having to blow this. Or not. We'll find out. Very fortunate. Another decent can. That hurt. Wow. It really doesn't want me to go any further. Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to get through that. We'll try round 2. Okay, this is looking decent enough. All right. Another good one. And also another decent can. For a crystal quarry, this is exactly what we want to find, folks. We're sitting in a very, I mean, that first can had like 40 mil in loot. Oh, let's claim my reward there too. I mean, realistically, if you're hitting a crystal quarry and you're not finding at least one 40 mil plus can, probably isn't the greatest turnout. The fact that it's a crystal quarry alone is amazing. This is a Garistus crystal quarry, so they're tending to be, I believe, on the bit on the lower side. This one, there we go. And hopefully we'll be able to complete all cans, both without exploding the cans and without getting caught, which will allow us to at least get into a little bit better shape for the future. Okay, let's hope I don't have to use that right away. Looks like I do. I'll do this. Perfect. Also not bad. I've not got too much left now. So far we're okay. Oh, well, here's our end anyways. Also another decent can. So this turned out to be a very good crystal quarry to find. Why am I? Oh, because I'm not on the right. There we go. Helps if I'm in the right one. If I'm locked onto the right one, you know? wow. Got blocked at every angle there. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, so I blew that one, which is unfortunate. Okay, so that's for that one. Go ahead and warp to the Sancha Sparking Transmitter. These particular minigames, they work the exact same way. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Even though I blew the last one, which was unfortunate, we still made out with a pretty decent haul from that one. There's only 5 here, so that's good. These tend to be more spread out, which is why they're not usually ones that explorers like to go for. Like these data sites are just all over the place. That being said, I mean, we're in a black hole. We can get to these relatively quick. And of course, we can already do them relatively quick. Okay. And these also tend to have... I clicked the wrong one there, that's for sure. They tend to have a bit of a better... or an easier time going through the actual minigame itself. Unless you're me doing this particular one, which doesn't seem to like me at all. So I guess I'm... not going to do it. Wow, this one's really difficult to find its... Okay. That's likely where it's at. Good. So I found middle had a defensive node, which means that the node we're looking for to complete the minigame was right there on one of the ends. All right. Let's keep going. I'm almost positive this is going to be our one. Yeah. Mostly just junk. It's flashing awful hard. Same thing. It's very, I mean, that's the one thing about Eve, right? Like I've always been saying, it's Eve Online is pretty repetitive in what you do, what you have to do. This one's actually going to be an easier one. Then the defensive nodes aren't that strong. Yeah, so we're not getting a whole lot of loot out of this one, and that's, or, well, I should say we're getting a loot. We're just not getting necessarily the high cost loot that we want. But if we make it through okay, not including, of course, our blueprints and our scanner probes, we do have almost 1 million or 100 million in loot. So we just have to make it home. Even if I stop here. What am I doing wrong? That one did not undo. Okay. Excuse me. Good. Okay. That wasn't at least terrible. Wow. Okay, I'm probably going to lose this one. And I did, just like I thought. All right. And that's generally where you want to use that. Should be, yep, there it is. Just like the relic ones. Again, not a whole lot of loot, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and head towards it. And I may just decide that perhaps maybe we shouldn't press our luck on that last one, but this was more or less just to give you guys a feel for exactly how this turned out. You know, get you an idea what kind of loots you can expect. Occasionally, every once in a while, you can find a decent data site drop. And really what you're looking for is the data cores. Data cores and, of course, any kinds of potential blueprints that might be worthwhile, because sometimes you'll find those. You can also find some decent, let's see here, filaments. So there are reasons to do it. Man, I'm just getting hammered from all sides with this thing. It's just not happy with me. Well, I think I lost this one. Oh, maybe not. Can't really go anywhere, though. Yeah, I'm just getting blocked at every angle. Wrong one. It was pretty cool. We got to do a Sancha data site, or well, a Garistas data site, though. If nothing else, I'd call that worth it. Wow, that just ate my setup. It just destroyed my capabilities there. Okay, well, I'm still not gonna have enough. Well, that sucks. I even found it. That makes me unhappy. Oh, well. Let's head home. So this was, like I said, this was actually a really decent haul. Let's see if we can actually make it back. And there are only a few low set connections that we need to worry about. There's a lot of mysterious capsules here. Like a whole lot of mysterious capsules. Which is actually where we want to end up. We'll be stopping. Yeah, we should be home free at this point. Other than not taking that particular route to get to Jeddah. I'll just take the slightly longer one. We'll actually, while I'm warping to Jeddah, I can honestly say, that's actually the end for us, folks. My reactor's screaming at me that it is fully charged and ready to head into warp to our next destination. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I'll see you in the verse.